Okay, remember the cell phone policy?
I have to leave early.
Good, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Alright, okay, so last class we started the two people economy, right? Okay. In two people economy, what are the concepts you learned in last class?
Specialization.
Specialization, okay? So what are the things we use or we depend on to do specialization? So what's economic concept? Absolute advantage and comparative advantage. Okay, so what is absolute advantage? So if you want to determine which production has absolute advantage, how do we determine that? Yes, if somebody produce more, use the same amount of resources, or use the same, few resources, produce the same amount of money, then we say that production has absolute advantage. Okay. How about the comparative advantage? How do we determine a production has a comparative advantage?
Whoever has the lower opportunity.
Lower opportunity cost, that's right. Okay, so in the last class, I and another friend on that island. What's her name? Colleen. Okay, so we talk about Colleen and Tom's absolute and the comparative advantage. So so we have two production right now, right? Fish production and coconut production. Who has absolute advantage in both production? Colleen has absolute advantage in both. Okay. Then who has absolute advantage in the? I'm sorry. Who has comparative advantage in the coconut production? Tom. And who has comparative advantage in the fish production? Colleen. Okay. So at the end of the day, how do we make them specialize? Who produce what and how many? Who produce what and how many?
Like
No, at the end of the day, okay, we already talked about the specialization, right?
Fish, and old boy,
Okay, so Colleen is going to have focus on getting 9 fish and 1 coconut, and Tom is going to produce 8 coconuts, right? Everybody's remember what that's what we had?
Yeah, you can read.
Can you write bigger, please?
Any question for me?
Yeah, can you write bigger?
Already? 1 piece of fish, 2 pieces of fish?
Yeah.
1 piece of fish, okay. Okay, just fish. Okay, so this is Colleen's PPF. This is Tom's PPF. Okay. We assign Tom at right here. And we assign Colleen right here. Nine fish, 1 coconut. Okay, so that's where we're at right now for Colleen. Okay, so still, you guys still remember who is your partner?
Yeah.
From last class? Okay, so have you decided on the fish and coconut production?
Yeah.
And I think I look at a couple of years, and so I need to, if you have determined you need to let me take a look at again, okay? And also I said to you, okay, if you got it right, okay, if you got it right, you will get extra credit. Okay. Okay. But remember, here's the goal. This is the trade. Okay. Why do we want to trade? we want to be better off. We don't want to stay with what we are capable of. If we get something that we're totally capable of doing by ourselves, then we don't need trade. So by doing trade, we want to be better off. So what do we mean by that? If Colin's right here, after trading, if Colin moves to here, do you think Colin will be happy?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
After trading, if Colin move from here to here,
Oh no.
No,
You're losing fish.
because she does not need to do the trade to reach this point here, right? She can do it on her own. Why does she need to trade with somebody? Okay? How about after trading, if she ends up here?
No.
She's worse off. Okay, so any point underneath this line or on this line is not going to make Colin better off. So she's not going to be happy with this trading. She's not going to participate in this trading. Okay. The same thing for Tom. Tom is right here. For any other point along this line, he can do it himself. He does not need a partner, a trading partner. So he has to reach some point outside this PPF after trading in order to be content with this trade. So that's your goal. If you're Colin, you want to be somewhere here. If you're Tom, you want to be somewhere here. So now I want you to reevaluate the exchange rate you came up. See, and draw this graph. And when you raise your hand and come to your place and show me where you end up with after trading. If you're Colin, show me this graph. If you're Tom, show me this graph. Is that very clear? Okay, so do that. Draw the graph.
You would come.
So initially we're right here and there. So if you're Tom, tell me where you are at right now after trading. So everyone has to draw the graph. Okay, if you're Colin, you draw the graph, you draw the PPF for Colin, and if you're Tom, you draw the PPF for Tom.
Is that a 4?
And tell me. Yeah, it's 4.
4, so he has 4.
No, he can get maximum is 4. You got it?
No, I have a question.
Just speak loud. Maybe other guys can benefit from your question.
Oh, I was just going to ask you about, like,
You have
So you're Tom, right? You're Colin. You want to exchange? No.
No, you're Tom and I'm Colleen.
yeah, I was, I'm Tom. So you give
Okay, you're Tom. You have a coconut. Okay, but you want something to eat. So you're gonna give up some coconut. You get some fish. Okay, there's many of combinations. For example, you can tell them. All right, I want to give you 3 coconuts, and you give me 4 fish. And you have to evaluate first before you make this proposal. Are you going to be better off? Are you going to go beyond the PPF? And you, by listening to that proposal, you will think, okay, if I start this field, I'm not going to go beyond my PPF. Then you decide whether you choose that. The same thing. If you can make the proposal before you make it, you have to make sure this is going to go beyond it. So that's why I want you to draw the graph. Got it?
Wait, you have the you have 8 codes, right?
Did everybody hear what I want you guys to do?
No.
No.
How many times you want me to repeat? Okay, which part? Which
Okay,
part?
you said to, okay, I'm Colin, and, shut up. You want us to write down each graph, each time. He wrote down his, and now what do we do after that?
Okay, so remember here, Just imagine you're on this island and you're calling. You have 9 fish. Okay, you have 9 fish. Okay, don't just ignore him for now. You have 9 fish, but you want to have something to drink. So you want to give up some fish to get some coconut back. So this is what we call trading, right? But you have to decide. Okay, how many fish I should give up to exchange how many coconuts? They say, okay, just give you just from top of head. Okay, should I give up 3 fish and in exchange to get 2 coconuts? When you have this thought in your head, when this came up, and you have to evaluate this. How do you evaluate this? You have to say, okay, if I give up 3 fish and get 2 coconuts, where will I be after this trade? Where is that point? Okay, then you look at the graph. Is that point beyond PPF? If it's beyond PPF, that means this proposal will benefit you.
Okay.
Then you make this proposal to him, and he has to decide to accept or not. But how does he determine that? He had to look at that proposal to see whether after trading, the point is going to be beyond his PPF.
Okay.
Just what I just said just now. What I just said, who does not understand? Raise your hand. Don't be shy about it. If you did not understand what I just said, raise your hand. Now explain it one more time.
Okay. So
Four coconuts and 5 fish. Because you already have 9. You have 9 fish and you give me 4 fish.
All right. Okay.
You left with 5 now, and I give you 4 of my coconuts. I have 5.
All right. So
And I give you 3 of my coconuts. You have 4 fish. And have 5 fish. It's your So that has a benefit of 10. Yeah, so just that's a benefit. Yeah, because I got 4 fish and 4 coconuts. But I don't know how. She said it has to be working. I want to get working.
I won't first because
If you go to
I tried to do your
and 5 fish, you'll still be like it's still good. You'll be at 4. You'll be at 5 feet above the line, but you won't be below that.
I'll be below it.
You'd have to
I would have 5 fish left.
You can have.
That's just a graph. She put 10 and 10.
Why'd you put 10 and 10?
that's why we have that.
You have
That graph shows all
exactly. Look, that puts you
just process this.
one fish.
Based on what I told you, understand that. Did you understand what that means?
Yeah, but colleagues, you have 1 and 9.
But you can put it on there, yes, okay, but the point here is you want to know where you are at after the trading. After the trading.
Okay, so say, okay. So say I wanted more fish. Say I didn't want
That's where I'm at. I got 9 chickens and 1 coconut.
okay, exactly. So like, if you want to go,
So you give up
which one to go?
you will so to imagine you have some coconut, you have fish here.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not. Somehow if you don't take it to where you're gonna be.
That'll do it.
You're gonna be outside the line. So this, I don't know. Why?
But if you add together the coconut,
Then doesn't matter if I return it. She has to be. I don't know if that's exactly right. It's gotta be.
They can't what about like that's what you're saying?
Yeah. One is gotta be.
But he doesn't have any her what Colleen's rap just look like that. Just one above it. Oh no, Tom's
Tom is going to rely on, Tom right now is
So the draw.
He's at 4, so he'd move up.
2
10 and then 8 and 4.
Yeah, 0, yeah, 8, 0. You see what I mean? So like, okay, let's do this.
How would you adjust my pieces?
That's not an easy day at all.
This is terrible.
Give me some.
I think we
So you got 10
Oh, fine.
we gotta think like we're stranded.
Is it 4 or 2?
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna put our share together and we're gonna split it.
3 coconuts.
What did y'all say?
Ain't no trade.
Think about it.
Our trade was going
I want you guys to think
If we was really stranded right now,
No, we put that shit together and make it.
You guys might, bro. You might not want to make a partnership.
Yeah, I know that. At the moment, if I y'all gonna put that shit together.
My robots and
Y'all
everything. Yeah, you said who we gonna eat them all?
Coconuts.
So how many people in there survive? That shit.
you are now 9 fish and 1 coconut.
And does it matter? So we have both benefit, right? It doesn't matter.
You have both benefit.
Yeah, you can't do you can't do something like this. Not like
Try to be happy about it.
He only has 4 fish.
I mean,
Yeah,
fish will have a if
You
one
have more fish and that was 6.5.
right?
But the overall project
Got like 2
It's like even.
that would be if you gave him 4 fish,
2.5. Why do you want to make
so that would leave you with 7.5,
Not counting
and you'll still have 9. No, you'll have so the point. So what's the point? So the point of this activity is to get above the PVF to get above that line. That's all you do. Above the line.
That's
Coconuts?
that going back
So you can have fish and find both of these parts have to be I guess what that means.
It's slime. You gotta get that.
Alright, so I still
okay, let me use
I have
way up there, yeah.
She's going Colleen will harm her ass off right now. She's killing the game.
They give me
better than that, but still not
you give me 2 coconuts.
So again, I mean, when I say, okay, really draw the graph, show where your new point is very, very important because when you check your new point, I guarantee you none of those 2 combinations land you guys up beyond PPF. So you want, if you code in, you want new point is somewhere here, 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 here. It's beyond this. If you are Tom, again, you want your point is beyond this PPF. That's why a first step, once you come up with this change rate, first step is use the graph to self-check. Self-check. What you guys doing?
Wait, so how we self-check?
Hard?
We really are. We were trying to figure it out.
How you think?
So if you get percent.
How you think?
So you're saying
Tell me your
Okay,
thumbs up.
so we're both like going back and forth. Okay. So I see and that I have 9 fish and 1 coconut.
Yeah, you do.
I thought it was
This is your PPF line, but what you have right now. Just if we forget about economics, just forget about economics. You have, like I said, you have 9 fish here in your basket. You have 8 coconuts in your basket. And you want to give him some fish to get some coconut. And you want to get some fish and give him some of your coconut. So you can have some something to eat, and she can have something to drink.
Okay, so
That's the idea, okay? You want to get some, however, okay? There's many ways to do this exchange, right?
Oh, that's why I was
Go ahead.
Maybe he could get
Yeah, if you come up with the wrong one, it couldn't be like that. But there are many way of exchange that will make both of you happy. Otherwise, you would not play this game.
I'll be below. Okay.
even if I gave you 4 coconuts?
I'll be below.
Both of my points are good.
I would have.
That's why, okay, try to do this. Try and error. Just come up with exchange out of nowhere. See whether that works. To give you example, come up with exchange. Just do not think. Just come up with.
so he's lost.
How many fish for how many coconuts?
Do they have to be the same number?
Out of 85.
No constraint right now. Just come up with one, and then we evaluate it.
I'll be on.
So then you have to have 6 coconuts?
No.
Okay, two coconuts and one fish. And okay,
In
now
order to be outside of
you
PPF, I had
count,
to
right?
have 6 coconuts.
So if you give up 2 coconuts, how many left?
5 coconuts. That leaves me
Okay,
with
now how many fish
That's
do
why
you
I did
have?
that one.
You just get 2 coconuts.
fish. All I need is 4 fish.
Okay, draw that point. Find that point. Okay.
For you,
I will be below PPF at that point though. No, I won't because my number 4
How many
is
fish do you have?
because
How many fish do you have?
4. Even if I get
You just give.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. So draw that point. And see what my thing. Draw that new point and see where it's at.
So, okay, so what was it? Was
I jumped so it was 3 coconuts and 4 fish for me. Yeah. And that means you have 5 fish.
Wait, were you? Okay.
I gave you 5. Yeah, because you have to have 6 coconuts to be above the PPF. So it's gonna be
Like you need the whole fish.
I'll grab it. I have 6 coconuts, and I gave away.
When you do
How many
the
fish?
real exchange,
I started to kind of get up.
you can. Yeah.
Oh, I
But
gotta
try to
that should be above.
A lot of times they won't tell you you gotta go to
make it whole. Make it whole. Yeah. No. Got it?
You gotta go in and get the I'm not even saying what you're looking for, but I think
How
it's
many
at a
fish
site.
for how many coconuts?
Oh, like the trade or the trade where I have to trade. My trade is 3 coconuts and 4 fish. You're gonna have 5 fish and 6 coconuts. That's
So
enough.
how,
Call for every 3 coconuts. Oh, you trade.
okay, so you got it?
Keep in mind, he has this.
So,
That thing, you go. Give me 5 fish.
I gave away.
No, for every 9 fish you give me 4.
I'm gonna go pass out.
And for every 8 I'm giving 5.
I was in my first class and smelled myself.
So that's the exchange. For every how many
This is the jacket, but I still need them.
So, 5. Yeah, 4.
for every 4 fish.
5.
Or,
I'll leave you with 4.
Once I review the answer, you will say, oh, it's too simple. Why didn't I so simple?
You can tell you just had to stop them.
Tom gives it 2 coconuts to one.
I was getting my ass
But
Because it makes, and it gets him outside of
it's
the
close.
What if I give like the process is the same,
4 to 5.
but it's just first time we gotta be like,
this shit,
She trying to blow.
That's what I was looking at the I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I think this. One more time, just tell me.
Okay. Where we want fish.
I had to
Yeah. Yo, I was sitting on
I give you 3 fish.
I had
Okay, so how many coconuts? How many fish?
it's like my second
Yeah,
day.
that's a Thursday.
Oh, no, we got it.
Okay. Look,
Okay. If you
Thursday
drop
night,
it,
man, I gotta be sleeping.
like barely. I'm
Yeah.
trying to.
I'm on the way to drive, so you know, like, really wish we did, but if
That's why we checking
free
people
coconut,
shit.
I'm talking. She gives me free coconut and yes. What about if it was vice versa?
Yeah, I did.
Free coconut.
That's straight. Unless you choose to.
I have like gotten
That's fine. That's fine.
How?
All right. Okay. I'm going to because I think if you are Colleen, I want you to draw this.
Oh, I was calling.
If you're Colleen, you have 9 fish. I'm not too good at drawing. Draw 9 of that.
Okay.
Because I mean, you may think this is the silly way of doing it. No, actually, it will make you understanding better. If you are Colleen, draw this. Okay. If you are Tom, draw 8 of this. It's not the best looking coconuts. Okay? But you guys get the idea here.
How many of the coconuts?
First grade.
You know what? This is my first time drawing a fish on the board.
They're beautiful, Dr. Shu.
What? Oh, Colleen has 9 fish,
And she has 1 coconut.
and she has also 1 coconut. And Tom
So
has this. Has this. Okay? So if you're Colleen, you think about how many I should give to Tom for change to how many. Let's say, you say, I'm gonna give up 2 fish to get 3 coconut. You draw like that. You're doing this arrow thing. And then you flip them, right? Then you can count how many coconut and fish Colleen ends up with and how many coconut fish Tom ends up with. That's what I'm talking about. After you figure it out, you draw, you find that point on the graph.
Okay, I understood that point, but why would he give her back 3 coconuts?
No, I'm just using that as example.
Oh.
So, at first you probably do the trial and error. You try a combination, try exchange, see whether that works. After you try a couple times, you get an idea. Okay, what would work, what would not.
What I'm saying is, if she was
So let's evaluate this one. Let's evaluate this one. 2 fish for 3 coconuts. Okay? If Colleen give up 2 fish, how many fish she left? Is left? 7. Let's just say somewhere here. And how many coconut now she has? 4 coconuts. Okay. So this is 7. Okay, this is 7 fish.
She downgraded.
And we know this line, the trade-off is 1, 1. So we know if this is 7, this is 3. But right now, Colleen has 4 coconuts, right? So it's going to be here. question.
Yeah, you said it has to be outside the line and stuff, right? Okay, so what if it was like, he gives him,
Well, if you will come up with another combination, let's wait. Okay, let's finish this. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, then I'm going to show you what the other ones. Okay. So did everybody see what I did there?
Yeah.
Everyone? Okay. So Colleen has 7 fish and 4 coconuts. Okay. So Colleen's end up with here, and this is better off for her because it's beyond her own possibility or capacity, right?
7 fish and 4 coconuts.
7 fish and 4 coconuts. That's right. We call it salsa, right? Now let's check for Tom. See whether this is a good deal for Tom. Okay. Now tell me how many fish Tom has after this exchange. 2 fish.
Yes.
How many coconuts?
5.
5 coconuts. We know for 2 fish, this one is 4, right? 5 coconuts somewhere here. So we move Tom from PBF to a point beyond.
So he has 4 coconuts and 2 fish?
5 coconuts. 5 coconuts.
So then why did you outline it from the 4 instead of?
To show the possibility on the PPS, the actual line.
Oh, okay, I see.
So,
Just this example. If you have any question on this example, don't let it go if you still have question. Still have question. Yeah. It looks like you still have question.
No, I'm just looking at what you wrote.
Does it add up? Because like to start you have 13 fish.
No, you have 9 fish. Colleen has 9 fish and 1 coconut. Tom has 8 coconuts. So Colleen now give up 2
We did this especially
and Tom give up 3 coconuts.
based off those numbers.
Colleen can't produce anything over 10, and now she has 11 items.
So what you do?
What I'm doing. What do you mean what I'm doing? I'm teaching you. What do you think I'm doing?
And that's what it boils down to. Like, she in no way can Colleen get 11 items. It's
All right.
not.
Okay, so just this example here. Do you guys get this example?
No.
No? Okay, let's break it step by step. Okay, start from here. I proposed this exchange rate, which is 2 fish for 3 coconuts. That's my proposal. You could be Colleen or Tom, okay? So far so good? Okay. So now we see after this exchange, how many coconuts and fish each end up with. Okay? Let's start with Colleen. Colleen lost 2 fish, so now she has 7. Right?
True.
7 fish. Right? And now she gains 3 more coconuts. So totally she has 4 coconuts. So far so good right now? So Colleen now has 7 fish and 4 coconut. Colleen 1 is right here. How about this part? Are you following me on that? Okay. Is this point beyond PPF? When it's beyond PPF, what does it mean? is beyond what you're capable of doing, right? If Colleen does this two production on her own, she would never be able to reach a point like that. She knows that. But now, through the trading, she's able to reach a point. So she's happy. She's able to participate in this trade through this exchange rate. Right? Okay, so that's Colleen. We're clear on Colleen. If Colleen, you're happy with this trade, with this deal. Now let's look at Tom. Now how many fish Tom has? I'm asking for how many fish Tom has? Look at here. 2 fish exchange for 3 coconut. Tom give up 3 coconut. How many fish he get? He has 2 fish. How many coconuts left for him?
5.
Many- 5.
Did he start off with 0 fish?
Yeah. He does not have any fish here. He only have 8 coconuts.
I thought you said you started off with 2 fish.
No. He's right here. He has 8 coconuts, 0 fish. Because he has no advantage in the fish production. So he only specializes in the coconut.
I'm just confused because last class you said that he had 8 coconuts and 2 fish, and Colleen had 9 fish and 1 coconut. So I was just going off those numbers.
No. It's 8 coconuts only, 0 fish.
Okay.
8
That's why I was confused because last time you said 2 fish.
No, not 2 fish. 8 coconuts, 0 fish. Because he's on this vertical axis. But is it good right now?
Yeah.
Everything's good. How about everybody else? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to ask you to do this. Now 2 fish exchange for coconut. Is this a good proposal for both of them?
No.
No. And tell me why. Is it good? Is it a good proposal for someone?
Yeah.
It's good proposal for someone. For which person?
Colleen.
For Colleen, because Colleen is going to. Where is Colleen going to be? 5 coconuts for 7 fish, right? Colleen is going to end up here, right? So Colleen is going to be happy with this proposal. How about Tom?
He's gonna stay on the line.
That's right. So Tom now have 4 coconuts left and has 2 fish. It's right here, right? It's just moving from this point to this point. He's totally capable of doing it by himself, so he has no interest in trading through this exchange rate. Okay, so it does not work. All right. How about this?
Even worse.
I like that. Who said that? It's even worse. Why is it even worse?
Because Tom's giving up more for less.
It's gonna be, I think it's,
This is going to even worse for Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the point is going to be
Inside.
going inside. That's right.
What if he gets?
So she raised her hand. That's okay.
So what was the answer that you wanted from everybody?
Okay, I'm trying to get there. Okay.
Oh, so you just.
I'm trying to get there. Okay, giving you one example after another, trying to get there. What are the?
Okay.
Okay, there's multiple right answers. Okay. So somebody said this is even worse because that's going to move this point. Please pay attention to me because this is not easy concept I admit. This is the hardest one so far. So when I do this, that's make the Tom go inside. So what do you think? So from these 3 examples, examples. What do you think the exchange rate should be in order for Tom to be willing to accept this deal? So if I keep this right, what this number should be
3.
in order for Tom to accept this deal? You know, 3 is acceptable, right? Below 3, right? Okay. So actually, if we use the number 4 here, because by doing 4, we know it's exactly on this, right? So this number here has to be below 4. As long as it's below 4, here we cannot do 3.5, 3.8. But you know, as long as it's below 4, it's going to move Tom beyond PPF, right? Okay. Good. So I'm going to just put this on the ratio. If this is the number of coconuts, this is the number of fish, this represents our exchange rate. For Tom to accept, the exchange rate has to satisfy what value?
1/2.
3/2.
2.
Has to be what? Has to be what to? Less or greater or equal. We know equal is not okay, right? Because it just moved from one point to another one, right? And if this is a 3, that will make this ratio what? Less than or greater than 2?
Has to be less.
Less than. For Tom, in order for Tom to accept this deal, this number has to be 4, less than 4. If this number less than 4, we know this exchange rate is going to be less than 2. So as long as the exchange rate, which is equal that, is less than 2, that's acceptable for Tom. Was this clear?
Okay.
It's a little bit abstract, right? Okay, abstract. Was this abstract? Or you're already somewhere else? Majority of you are paying very good attention to me. Okay, but a few of you somewhere else. I can see in your eyes, you're not here. If you're not here on this concept, you're wasting your energy.
What if she gave him? Ooh, I forgot.
You want to come up with another
Yeah.
combination? Come up with another one.
What if she gave him 5 fish for 8 coconuts?
5.
Would that work?
Would you think that?
It would.
It would. Okay. But wait, that combination is correct. But I want to continue using this example here. Okay?
I thought you seemed like that's the only one. Exactly.
This is not the only one, but I want to use this as example.
4 fish for 5 coconuts? That work too?
4 fish,
For 5 coconuts?
that work too? Yes, exactly. But okay, there's multiple good answers, right answers, but now we want to see the range. We want to see the pattern. Okay, we want to find every right answer here. Okay, so now we found this. But next thing we want to know is about what kind of exchange rate is acceptable for Colleen. Okay, we're going to start with here. Okay, and this. Two fish, two coconuts. If the exchange rate is two fish and two coconuts,
None benefit.
okay. Does that satisfy this?
Satisfies Tom, but it
Yes,
doesn't
yes,
satisfy.
Satisfy or yes or no?
Yes,
Sounds
for
like-
Tom.
For Tom.
So that is acceptable for Tom, right?
Yep.
It will make Tom happy. But will it make Colleen happy?
No.
Because it just, so Colleen is going to move from another point to another point, here, right? Because it's the same number of fish for same number of coconuts. So this is not acceptable for Colleen. What make, how do we adjust?
Why don't you just
This number or this number to make it acceptable,
For both of them or just for
just for Colleen?
But
would you flip the exchange rate fraction? You put number of fish on top, so number of
But it,
it's still be.
we're going to keep the exchange rate like that, we're going to keep it like that. So how do we just, let's do this. How do we adjust this number in order to make Colleen happy?
make it
Put a 3.
lower.
Make it go up
Down.
or go? Okay, Colleen has fish, right?
Make it go down.
You wanna go down.
You wanna go down, yeah.
One fish, one.
You want to go down or want to go up?
Down.
Because Colleen can give up 2 fish, get 2 coconut on her own. Now if he's going to participate in trade, by giving up two fish, he has to get more coconut. If he's going to get 2 coconuts anyway, he has to give up less than 2 fish, right? Okay, so if this 2, I change it into 1 or 0, right? Colleen will be happy. So basically, the Colleen want to accept the deal where this number here is lower than that, right?
Yeah.
As long as this number is lower than that, then Colleen is happy because he's giving up less than what he getting, right? Okay. So if this number is always going to be less than this number, when we translate into exchange rate, what does it mean?
1.
What's it 1? Is greater or less than 1?
Less than or equal to 1?
So this number here, we know 2 is not gonna work, but as long as this number is less than 2, it's gonna work. So if less than 2 is going into the denominator, then this number is always going to be about 1, right? So this is a deal. If the exchange rate is greater than 1, will make Colleen happy. If it's less than 2, will make Tom happy. If it's in these 2 ranges, then it's going to make both of us happy. So as long as the exchange rate you came up with is between 1 and 2, and it's going to make both of us happy. So for example, somebody gave me 5 fish for 6 coconuts. 6 divided by 5 is in this range. 6 divided by 5, 4 divided by 3, 7 divided by 4, all this will work here. So that's how we come up the range of the exchange that includes all possible things. Okay, so I want you to digest this little bit, and I'm going to give you an exercise next class. Okay, this is the 4 of chapter 2. Okay.
All right, Dr. Shrew.